Good morning. Thank you all for coming. My name is Walt Berry. I am the 2012 chair of the Chamber. We are excited to bring you this great announcement. I would like to thank the Governor, Mayor Brewer, Commissioner Unruh for being here today. I'd also want to let you know that Senator Moran was unable to attend due to a schedule conflict. However, he is represented here today by Mike Zammerslaw. So thank you, Mike. This announcement is adding more good news to this week. Last week, a small delegation from Kansas traveled to Dallas to visit with Gary Kelly, the CEO of Southwest Airlines, and a few of his senior management team. The members of that delegation were U.S. Senator Jerry Moran, Mayor Carl Brewer, Sedgwick County Commissioner Dave Unruh, Lynn Nichols, the immediate past chair of the Wichita Metro Chamber, Jeff Turner, President and CEO of Spirit Aerosystems, Jack Pelton, retired chair and CEO of Cessna Aircraft Company. Jack's with us today. Victor White, Director of Airports with the Wichita Airport Authority. We would like to give you an update from that meeting. So please welcome Governor Brownback to do the honors. Governor Brownback.
Well, it's been a busy couple of weeks, and good couple of weeks. As Walt mentioned, the group went to Dallas to meet with Southwest Airlines, with the CEO, with the management team. It's been a long discussion that the community of Wichita and state of Kansas has had with Southwest Airlines and their desire to have them here. And what the officials told us is that AirTran service is staying in the state of Kansas and will transition into Southwest Airlines service in 2013. This is great news for Wichita. This is great news for Wichita and for Kansas. This will mean affordable airfares for people to be able to travel. It's quality commercial air service, and that is a key for us for economic growth, development, prosperity, and us moving forward. This announcement is the results of not just a couple of months of work, but years and dozens of individuals, several of whom are in this room, but not everybody. A lot of people have worked a long time to get this to happen. Companies have made commitments, and a number of those were stated to Southwest officials, and the state of Kansas has invested in the affordable airfares funding, of which Southwest made clear to us that was critical for this to move forward. I want to thank the delegation that went, Jerry Moran, Mayor Brewer, Sedgwick County Commissioner Unruh, Lynn Nichols, Jeff Turner, Jack Pelton, Victor White. And we all want to thank Gary Kelly, the chairman and CEO of Southwest Airlines, and his leadership team for their commitment to this process, and look forward to their arrival in Kansas as Southwest Airlines in 2013. Today's announcement doesn't mean that all the work is done. We continue to work with them. My administration looks forward to working with leaders of Wichita, Sedgwick County, and Southwest Airlines to finalize and to move this partnership on forward. It's been great working with this team to move this project forward. This is critical for us. It's an important day, and it's a great day for us. I want to call up then now Mayor Brewer to put further information on the table and tell you what all is taking place. Mayor?
Let me say thank you, Governor. We know this has been a big week for you and that you've been in Wichita for great announcements. We want you to keep coming to Wichita and keep bringing these great announcements. This is big news for this community and for this state. There are people in this community who have been working on recruiting Southwest Airlines for more than 15 years. And I'm sure that there will be joy for those who have worked tirelessly on this effort when they hear the news today. When Southwest Airlines acquired AirTran, we knew then that we would have a chance to have Southwest Airlines at Mid-Continent Airport. We know that we need to do work together. We need to work together harder and smarter to recruit and retain jobs in our community. Quality air service is a key to our efforts to secure and to save jobs. Affordable airfares make our community and our state more attractive to existing and potential companies. As I stated, we work collaboratively and effectively to recruit Southwest Airlines. Closing the deal last week's key meeting in Dallas was exciting for each and every one of us. So we do want to say, welcome to Wichita, Southwest Airlines. We're thrilled that your recognizable brand will join our stable airlines when we open the new terminal here in Wichita. Commissioner Unruh will share a bit more about how Southwest will deal with this transition. Commissioner Unruh?
Thank you, Mayor. You know, this is truly an exciting time for all Kansans. We have appreciated AirTran's presence in Kansas and in our community over the years, and it has been an important partner to help provide additional flight options and affordability for business and leisure travelers. And it's not only been a privilege, but it's been a necessity for our community. We recognize that these are changing times in our world. The way we did business in the 80s and the 90s and even in the early 2000s is not the same as the way we must do business today. We must be aggressive in supporting business needs, including air travel, if our communities are going to be strong and vibrant. We know that every business relies heavily on transportation, and communities and states that we compete with, including Wyoming, South Carolina, and Mobile, Alabama, understand that strengthening transportation infrastructure is a vital selling point to retain and recruit businesses to our community. It is absolutely clear to me that we have to have a strong, welcoming business climate to be successful in South Central Kansas and to keep and retain our businesses. That means keeping affordable airfares at the Kansas airport here in Wichita. It was a privilege to meet with the Southwest folks and hear that they have agreed to continue AirTran service in Kansas through 2012 and then begin the transition to the Southwest brand in 2013. That is good news for us. That is good news for all of Kansas. And now I would like to introduce the immediate past chair of the Metro Chamber of Commerce, Mr. Lynn Nichols.
Well, good morning. We have a different meeting for Friday the 13th today. This is good news. Well, thank you, Commissioner. I will echo what the Commissioner said, but we must create a business environment that promotes investment, innovation, and job creation. At our meeting last week, Southwest Airlines did request the continuation of the Kansas Affordable Airfares program. They made it clear that this is a critical component for them to enter this market. The Kansas Affordable Airfares program helps provide more flight options, more competition for air travel, and affordable airfares for all Kansans. This is a program that has been working and is a vital piece for recruiting and retaining business. Having affordable flights and many flight choices is essential for keeping the cost of business competitive. We appreciate the continued support of the program from the Kansas Legislature, the City of Wichita, and Sedgwick County. Today's announcement is wonderful news for Kansas, and we want to thank Southwest Airlines for their decision to maintain air service at Wichita's Mid-Continent Airport. We also learned from the meeting last week that Southwest is currently preparing a comprehensive plan that includes an analysis of potential routes to and from Wichita, and an announcement from Southwest will come later when that market study of opportunities is completed. Today, Friday the 13th, we celebrate good news in Wichita. Walt?
Again, thank you for coming today. And as Senator Moran mentioned in his news release, the decision by Southwest Airlines will contribute significantly to Kansas' quality of life and our state's economic future. I'm going to ask Victor White, the Director of Mid-Continent, to join us here on the platform for questions. So we will now take questions from the audience, and please feel free to now move around the country.
Do they give any idea what routes they might fly, like at least continuing what AirTran has now?
No, they will finish their market study, their comprehensive plan, in the next month or so, and then they'll probably make some announcements of that. Now, we expect that the AirTran route to Atlanta will stay in place until the end of 2012 at least. And at some point when the transition takes place to Southwest, then we'll see what happens after that. But I think the point is that Southwest is still studying the Wichita market, the Kansas market, and they'll make some decisions sometime in the next 12 months. And right now, we do not know those details.
Do you know the frequency of the flight?
No, we don't have any details at this point.
What is the frequency right now?
Right now, it's 3 round trips per day between Wichita and Atlanta.
Thanks.
Typically, Southwest, the way they work, they dominate a market. Do you expect to see that once they get settled in?
We're certainly hopeful that that's part of their plan. The history across the country, anytime Southwest begins service in a new community, typically what happens is that the overall passenger traffic at that airport is grown by 20 to 25%. They call it the Southwest effect. It's a stimulus on the entire market. Not only do they bring in typically a large amount of flights to a number of destinations, but with their low fares, it stimulates the other airlines to respond as well. So there's actually good news for all carriers. This is not just going to benefit Southwest. All of the airlines that are here will see some spillover effect, and there's a momentum that is created by them coming to a market.
Is there a dollar estimate on how much the airport can expect to see an increase, I guess, with Southwest?
No, we would know more about that once they tell us what specific routes they're going to have, how many flights a day that they expect to offer, and then we can calculate things such as increased rent, increased landing fee, and of course the big thing with more passengers is there's more concession revenues to the airport, and food, beverage, retail sales, parking revenues, rental car rentals, and things of that we all receive revenues from, and of course passenger facility charges from every additional passenger who comes. So there is a tremendous potential revenue increase for the airport once this happens.
Speaking of spillover.
Absolutely.
Is it foreseen that they will need the affordable airfares on into the future? I thought that the idea was to use the airfares to get someone started, but then wean them from it.
Southwest has only told us that the continuation of the Affordable Airfares program is absolutely essential to them coming to this market.
And the amount, is?
It's $5 million from the state and then about $1 million each from the city and the county on an annual basis.
Do you know how much they'll be using it at that?
We do not know. They have not asked for anything specific.
The other thing that they do incredibly well is they are a community supporter. When they come to Wichita, you will know they're in Wichita. They will be involved in the community. You will see it in advertisements. You'll see it in sponsors and parades and all. Whatever it is in community involvement, you will see them take a very active role, which is, again, we need to welcome them, which I'm sure we will, and they will love it.
Well, it's definitely going to give the economy a boost in the arm. It really will. Not only will businesses be able to travel outside of town, but those who live here will be able to travel to and from and really do business all over the country in a much easier way and make it easier for people in Wichita, people outside of Wichita to do business here. So,
well, I think it's spectacular news. I know a lot of people have been working on getting Southwest Airlines for a long time. It's really just the paramount airline in America today. So for Wichita to bring that, I think is a tremendous feather in our cap, and I think it's going to propel airfare downward. I think it's going to get us more traffic and obviously more people into Wichita for tourism and other reasons.